Hey makers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Little Doll Mom, and today I will be going over how to crochet the Be Mine placemat pattern. I don't know about you, but I have 3 kids, and any opportunity to make things fun and special, especially nowadays, I jump on it. This year, I'm going to be decorating. I'm going to give little gifts. I'm going to be making treats, and I'll probably make my husband watch some romantic comedies with me. Don't tell him. Comment down below. Let me know what your plans are or what your traditions are for Valentine's Day. I love to see them. Before we get started, we will need to get a few things. Make sure to print out the pattern before we get started. I won't be crocheting every row in this video. I will be going over how to read the graph and the pattern, and I will demonstrate my colorwork method so that you'll be able to crochet the pattern on your own. Well, let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about supplies. You will need a 5mm hook for this project, a yarn needle, scissors, mine are a little beat up. You will also need a printed copy of the pattern right here, and you will need medium weight yarn in pink, red, green, purple, yellow, and blue. I will put down below what exact yarn I use, but feel free to use whatever yarn that you want to use. Okay, so let's go over the graph. When you crochet this graph, it's going to be crocheted from right to left and from bottom to top. Unless you are left-handed, if you're left-handed, the only difference is you're going to be crocheting from left to right, okay? Also, you'll notice there's numbers on the side. These numbers represent the number of rows there are, and the side that the numbers are on is in the direction that you're crocheting. So for row 1, it's right here, and you are crocheting from right to left, and then row 2 from left to right. There's also numbers on the bottom and on the top, and these are how many single crochets there are in each row. So there is going to be a total of 51, but they are here so that when you're reading the graph, it is easier to count. Right side facing when you're crocheting will be odd numbers. So on this side, it is all odd numbers. These are going to be your right side facing rows, okay? So when you're crocheting, the right side will be facing you. Same as for the even number rows. So these guys, these will be the rows that are the wrong side rows. This will be really important when you start crocheting. So you'll notice there are little squares. Each square represents one single crochet on this graph, okay? And below your graph, there is a written pattern as well. As you can see, it goes by rows, and it tells you how many single crochets in what color, and it also will show you if you're crocheting a wrong side or a right side. Okay, so for example, let's start from the beginning. You're going to start with your purple yarn, chain 51, row 1, it's the right side. You're going to single crochet into every chain. You will have a total of 51 single crochets. Row 2 through 4, you're going to repeat row 1, okay? So if you look at this graph, rows 1 through 4 are all solid purple single crochets, okay? Now, another note for this pattern, you don't have to use the colors that I used. You feel free to have fun with this, make it your own. You can do just one solid color if you'd like, with a alternate color for the letters. You can do, you know, I use cotton yarn for this. You can use acrylic yarn. That's totally fine. Okay, so let's go over the Intarsia method. Now, if you choose to do this method, we're going to need to know how many bobbins to start off with. So with this graph, I'm going to bring it a little closer so you can see. When we start doing color changing, it begins at row 8 and starts right here. So we will need to introduce a bobbin right here. So that's one bobbin. Then what I do is I don't do a bobbin here. I carry the yellow through this bobbin. With the true Intarsia method, you would do a new bobbin right here. But what I'm going to do is this yellow, I'm going to carry it through, introduce the red, and then carry it through here and color change, and then crochet yellow. Then I will do a new bobbin here, carry through the yellow so I don't have to do a bobbin here, do another bobbin there, here, 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 and here. So that means I will want to start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bobbins. Okay? But again, if you want to do a tapestry method, then you can carry the red all the way through, play around with it, experiment, see which way you prefer. The way that I do it is I do a bobbin for each one of these bad boys and carry the main color through. Okay, so we are going to start off with our purple yarn, and we are going to chain 51 chains. Okay, so once you get to your 51 chains, we are going to single crochet into that first chain. Go ahead and complete your row of purple. You should have 51 single crochets. Okay, so once you get to the end of your row 1, oops, normally I would chain and then turn, but we are not going to chain one. We're just going to turn our work, and we're going to single crochet into that first single crochet, because I notice when you do a single crochet and then when you chain one and you single crochet, it makes it a little bit bulky on the end, and we want ours to be tight. So just single crochet into that first single crochet of the row, and continue to single crochet until the end. And we're going to do from row 2 to row 4, we're going to go ahead and do 51 single crochets of purple. So go ahead and finish your rows 2 through 4 and then meet me back here. Okay, I'm at my end of my 4th row. For the 5th row, we are going to change color for yellow. So my last single crochet, I will pick up a loop of purple, and before I pull through, I'm going to get the yellow, make sure that's tight, and I'm going to yarn over, pull that through, and then I'm going to flip it over, snip off that purple because I'm done with that. Put that aside, and we are going to crochet in yellow, and we're going to be doing rows 5 through 7 in solid yellow. So go ahead and do rows 5 through 7 in yellow and meet me back here. Okay, so I finished up with my row 7 in yellow. Now we're going to move on to row 8, and this is where we are going to introduce our bobbins. So I am using 8 red bobbins to make up the letters here. And so we're going to start off with crocheting 11 in yellow. So I'm going to start off with my yellow. Now, whenever you're crocheting in this direction, that means the side that's facing you is the wrong side. So just keep that in mind while you are crocheting. So 11 to 1, 2, on 11, I'm not going to complete the 11 because we're going to pick up a bobbin for this guy right here. So we're going to be doing 2 in red. So every time I color change, I will stop and I'm going to pick up my first bobbin, pull that through. Now this is where I use the tapestry method. I'm going to carry this yellow yarn through. So I'm going to do, and I'm going to trap the end of the red in there. I'm going to do 1 and then 2, and we're going to switch back to the yellow, and we are going to be doing 3 yellow, and I'm going to keep the red hanging down. So 1, 2, and on my 3rd, again I'm going to stop and I'm going to pick up another bobbin, and we're going to do 2 in red, again we're going to have the thread going towards the back. So this is the wrong side, and this is going to be the right side. Okay, so I'm going to pull that through, and then again I'm going to carry the yellow and I'm going to crochet 2 of the red. Oops, there we go. 1, 2. I'm going to pull it towards the back side, pick up the yellow, and we're going to do 2 in yellow. So 1, stop at the 2, we're going to pick up a new bobbin, and we're going to be doing 2 in red. And pull that forward. Make sure it's tight. And 1. And stop there. Put it towards the back. And we're going to be doing 3 in yellow. So 1, 2, and pick up a new bobbin. Try to keep my bobbins untangled. Okay. And what we will be doing is, let's see, 2. Oh, we need to do 2 yellow, 3 yellow here. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I'm picking up my next bobbin. We're going to be doing 2 in red. Dropping it to the back. I'm going to pick up the yellow. And we'll do 3 in yellow. Okay, we're going to pick up our next bobbin. I'm going to move these guys down here. Okay. I'm going to pick up the red and we're going to do 2 in red. Drop that to the back. We're going to do 3 more yellow. 1, 2, and stop there. Pick up the next red. We're going to do 2 in red. 1, 2, and now we're getting towards the end of this row, so we are going to be doing 3 yellow, 1, 2, I'm going to drop off the yellow, bring in the red, we're going to do 2 in red, drop off the red, and we're going to be doing 4 in yellow here. So 1, 2, 3, drop off that yellow, and we're going to pick up our last bobbin. Okay, correction. Let's take that out. We're going to be doing 4 yellow here. I did 3. We want to do 4. So we got 2, 3, and then on the 4th we're going to drop off. We're going to pick up our last bobbin. Of red, and we're going to be doing 4 reds. 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th one, drop off the red and pick up the yellow. We should be doing, let's see, 6 yellows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. Now for this one, we will be dropping off the yellow and picking up the green. So I will cut off the yellow. Oops. And we're going to pick up this green. Make sure that's tight. We're going to flip this around. I'm going to keep my bobbins in order, so I'm going to untangle this and put my bobbin there. Oh, bobbin goes there. There. So try to keep it in order, not let it get too crazy. Nope. Okay, so now we're working on the right side, and we're on row 9. And we're going to start off with doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, I'm going to pick up, and I'm dropping off the colors to the back side. I'm not going to, because this is our right side. I'm going to pick up this bobbin right here. Actually, I am picking up new bobbin, sorry. And we're doing 1 crochet in the red. Make sure that's tight. And I will carry the green through the bottom. And I'll weave in the yellow later. This one doesn't want to be tight. Okay, so we're doing 1 red here. And then we're going to do 3 green. Okay, so we're going to do the 3 green. 1, make sure that red yarn is tight. So 1, 2, and at 3, I'm going to pick up my bobbin. That's right behind here. Sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, since it's crossing over, I'm going to snip this and I'll weave that in at the end. Okay. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we're going to do 2 in the red, and I'm going to trap in the green. So 1, 2, and drop the bobbin to the back and pick up the green. Make sure the red is pulled tight, not too tight. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 green. I'm not gonna. Okay. So 1. And then right here at 2, and drop it off. Okay. Make sure that's tight, and I'm gonna grab the bobbin from here and pull through. I'm going to carry that green under, and we're just doing 1 red, and then dropping off the bobbin, the red bobbin. And we're going to do, okay, sorry, here we're going to do 3 red, and I'm going to trap that green. So 1 and 2, and on the third one we're going to drop that, pick up the green, tighten that. So we did this one, and we're going to do 3 more green. So 1, 2, drop off the green. I like to mark it so I can keep track of what I'm doing. So next we're going to do 2 of the red. I'm going to pick up this bobbin right here. So I'll pick that up. Oops. So 1, 2, and I'll drop that off and pick up the red. Put the bobbin back. Okay. Okay, untangled. So now we're going to do, we did 2 green, now we're going to do 2 red, and I'm going to pick up this bobbin right here. I'm going to put that to the back. So 1, 2, 3, drop off that bobbin. Pick up the green again. And we're going to do 2 green. I'm going to drop off the green, and I'm going to pick up the red. We're going to do 3 in red. So this bobbin right here, I'll pick that one up. And I'll put that towards the back. So 1, 2, 3, drop off that bobbin. Pick up the green. We'll do 2 in green. One. Oh, and then drop that off. We're going to pick up the red bobbin and do 2 in red. Put the green towards the back. drop that one off. And we were going to do 3 in green. 1, 2, 3. And we're picking up the last of our red for this row. We're going to do 2 in red. 1, 2. Drop that off. And we're going to finish up the row in just the green, which will be a total of, look at the graph, 11 green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's what it's starting to look like. Okay, I'm going to leave you to continue crocheting here. I will meet back with you to show you how to weave in your ends. Okay guys, so this is what the back of my project is looking like so far, and I like to weave as I'm crocheting. So, but I like to make sure I have enough rows to weave into. So I'm about halfway done. I'm going to show you how I do this real quick. So what I do is I'll get my yarny needle, and what you want to do is you want to weave in 3 different directions at least. So that's 1. Make sure it's tight. 2, and then 1 more. And then I'll snip that off, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to weave in the rest, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, and voila, this is what it looks like after I weaved in the ends. Alright, here is my finished mat. One optional thing that you can do is you can add a border, or you can leave your mat as is. Let me show you what the border. I did this one with the border, but feel free to leave it as is, or have fun with it. Experiment. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Makers keep making. See you next video.